All right, Shalom. This is the brother Nahalia from the GMS Orlando camp. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah. And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. This is Psalms chapter 12 and verse 7, and it reads, "Thou shalt keep them, O Lord. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted." In the NLT it reads, "Therefore, Lord, we know you will protect the oppressed, preserving them forever from this lying generation, even though the wicked strut about and evil is praised throughout the land." All right, and this is where we dwell. All right, the society that we live in praises evil and condemns good things. All right, and that's why, we desire a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwells righteousness. We live in a world where wickedness is incentivized. If you're wicked, you get rewards. If you flee from sin, you're condemned and mocked. And it should not be so. Particularly amongst Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. When you look at what's exalted amongst our people, it's the worst of our people. All right. This is Isaiah 5. Well, you know what? Before I go here, this is Job chapter 10. I'm going to jump down to verse 20. And it reads, "Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness." And that's the world we exist in. All right, we were going over this at camp last night. In what world are criminals looked at as heroes? Especially amongst Jake, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. In what world is it where the vilest men, all right, the criminals, guys who are talented at entertainment, are exalted as a leader of nations? We really live in an upside down place, man. There's no order here. Where they promote and glorify our women being harlots. They promote Jake living a criminal lifestyle from a young age, from their youth. Jake is flooded with images of negative stereotypes, but they're given to Jake in a way where it looks glorified, where it looks honorable. All right, let's go here. This is Luke 16 and 15. It says, "And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but Yahweh Shema Shai knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of Yahweh Shema Shai." The things that the majority of the world glorify and look up to are abominations to the Lord, man. You think about our people in particular and the things that they look up to, they're abominations to the Lord. You deal with the music where they glorify adultery. They glorify the shedding of blood of brethren, of backstabbing, calling it finesse and a backdoor. And these are the men that are put up on a pedestal as something to aspire to be. And this is why the world is in for a rude awakening, because we truly exist in a world that is upside down, man. All right, it's backwards. As the scriptures say, the rich sit in low place. This is Isaiah 29 and 16. And it reads, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay." And this is what the majority of the world do. They follow after the beast. The things that Esau puts out there as honorable and success, so to speak, are abominations to Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And this is why they have to be taken out of the way. This is why they have to be removed, because ultimately 2/3 of our people, they love this place. They love this system, man. And they follow after Esau. They've modeled themselves after the Edomites. They no longer want righteousness. They desire the things that Esau has put in front of them. All right, let's go here. This is Isaiah chapter 32. And I'm going to jump down to verse 5. All right. Isaiah 32 and 5 reads, in that, Salakia, in the KJV, it says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And see, the one who's in control of all the information, all right, the majority of the information, I'll say it that way, is Esau, you know, who as soon as he's born, he comes out of the womb speaking lies. And just because lies have become mainstream and widely accepted, it doesn't make it true. All right. No matter how many times you said, no matter how many people you think you've convinced that you have the way, we understand through the Spirit that this is not the way, man. All right. Matter of fact, let me go here. Lord willing. Yep. This is Exodus 23 and 2. And it reads, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. And that's what our people have done. They followed after what's mainstream, what's widely accepted. And that is wickedness. You know, Esau paints this picture as if when he goes to another country, he's giving them something that's progressive. Really, he's giving them wickedness covered in glitter in exchange for their resources. A terrible deal. And that's what this is, man. In a nutshell, this is just wickedness rolled in shiny paper. All right, let me go to Isaiah 5, and I'm going to jump down to verse 20. And it reads, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Because our people think that they're intelligent or they're smart because they've learned through Esau's system. All right, it doesn't make you smart. As the scriptures say, let's go here. Salakia, Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and 22. And it reads, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. You know, our people, how should I say this? Our people glorify themselves in the doctrines of Esau. And really, it's just wickedness. It's the prudence of sinners. That's what Esau's counsel is. It's an abomination. It's everything adverse to the Heavenly Father. But because he has control of the narrative, people accept it as truth. The Big Bang Theory. People just lose the theory part, and now they just assume that what Esau tells them is true. And that's just one example of many. And this is why the Lord said that he's going to remove this guy, man. All right, let's go back to this. Isaiah 32. And I'm going to go back to verse 5, but I want to read it in the NLT. It says, in that day, ungodly fools will not be heroes. Scoundrels will not be respected. And this is why Esau's judgment has to be public. All right. The reason the world follows after him in his wickedness is because they've seen him not have to pay for what he's done. And because he's in charge of the world, people look at his way and they think that his way is the path to success. When really promotion doesn't come from the east or the west, it comes from the Heavenly Father. That's why in Daniel's the 4th chapter, the Lord said that the living may know that he ruleth in the kingdom of men, and putteth whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men, which is Esau. So that was a display of the Lord's power to take Esau, the bottom of all the nations, and put him on top of the earth, man, to give him control of the resources and control of the world. But his fall is going to be made public as well. Just like his rulership was public, his fall is going to be public as well. All right, this is Job 34 and 29. And it reads, when he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared. And at this point, the people are ensnared. This is why they're following after him. They're wandering after the beast because they believe that his way is successful because the Lord has given him charge over the earth for a portion of time. This is why the world has to witness his fall. All right. Now that Hebrew word for ensnared is maquasha. All right. And it says bait, lure, snare. Now continuing, as Strong's definition, it says a noose for catching animals. All right. And it leads these people further into destruction because they see his way and they think, oh, well, he didn't pay for it. He hasn't had to deal with any consequence. So he must have the truth. He must have the way. He must have the light. And that's why scriptures say where light is as darkness. But the covering cast is going to be removed, man. And all of these vile men that have been exalted in the society are going to be put right where they belong, which is on the bottom. And the world is going to see Esau for who he is, not who he's pretended to be. All right. Lest the people be ensnared. Because right now people are lured into a trap believing that Esau is successful. And he's not, man. He was given the earth for a portion of time. And now his sins are reaching unto heaven. And the Lord is going to remember his judgment and bring it upon him. And that judgment is going to be public. So the world will understand the consequence of wickedness. All right. Nobody gets away. All right. There's Proverbs 19:25. And it reads, smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that hath understanding, and he will understand knowledge. Now, I also want to go here. This is Proverbs 21:11. When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise, and when the wise is instructed, he receiveth knowledge. And the nations are simple. At this point, 2/3 of our people are simple. But through this judgment, they're going to become wise. All right, let's go here. This is Isaiah 26:9. And it reads, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. When words don't teach, adversity will, man. And that's the time that we're coming into, where the Lord is going to deliver adversity to the world so that they'll understand the consequence of wickedness. So that they'll understand that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. And there is a consequence to this. People honor wickedness. And it's vexing, man. You live in a world where wickedness is honored and exalted and glorified and given awards and followed after. To a point where everybody looks at this like it's normal. Like nothing is wrong with the world that we live in. Nothing is wrong with the people who are in charge of the world, who decide what your children watch and learn. Amongst Jake, the things that they look at as heroes is niggas who kill each other. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 3. I'm going to jump down to verse 4. And it reads, and I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. And that's black culture in a nutshell. And who do they get that from? They get that from Esau. They've modeled themselves after Esau's behavior because he's honored in this world. And in turn, Jake honors the niggas that act like Esau. Because these niggas that kill each other, these trap Jakes, these grave diggers and shooters and all of that, they just cheap imitations of Esau. But because Esau's glorified in this society, black culture glorifies those niggas who model themselves after Esau. Because Esau's the real OG. He's the original gangster. The shit Jake does on streets, Esau does around the planet. And the time of that type of shit being glorified is coming to an end, man. In what world are harlots and criminals looked at as honorable? That's why this place is known as the Valley of the Shadow of Death, man, where there is no order. That's why the world is in for a rude awakening. And they're going to find out the Lord rules in the kingdom of men. All right, bar none. This is Isaiah chapter 2:11. And I'll read it in the NLT. It says, human pride will be brought down, and human arrogance will be humbled. Only the Lord will be exalted on that day of judgment. And we hasten to see that, man. You know, you come to the conclusion that the only thing that we need is the kingdom. We need Yahweh Shema Shah to restore the kingdom. Concerning the world we live in, you know what I mean by the only thing we need is the kingdom is that whatever you try to do in this world, even knowing this truth and trying to have a little semblance of righteousness, it won't work because we live in an environment that promotes wickedness, that promotes evil. We need the Lord to change the environment. That's why we hasten the day. We look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwells righteousness. We shouldn't live in a world where the truth is mocked and lies are glorified and honored and exalted. It shouldn't be so, man. But this is a beautiful lesson for the elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. All right, so I just wanted to go into that through the spirit. You know, we kind of touched it last week, and it was just on my spirit because, again, you think about it and just sit back and zoom out. The worst things, not just amongst our people, but in general, the worst things are propped up and glorified and honored, chiefly being Esau. Anytime you bring up this man's actions or his crimes, people say you're being a victim. Anytime you speak truth, people mock you. You're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. But if you accept lies, you're intelligent. If you get a PhD in wickedness, you're exalted and honored in this society. People invite you to the dinner parties to brag about all the trinkets Esau gave you for shutting up and not telling the truth and being wicked. Well, the time of this type of age is coming to an end. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying with that. You know what? Lord willing, let me see if I can grab something. Let's see. I want to grab this real quick and I'll close with this, Lord willing. So this is because this age, the fashion of this world is going to pass away. All right. And what is the fashion of this world? Is where wickedness is looked at as progress, as light, where wickedness is exalted and worshipped. Well, you know what? Let me go to 2nd Esdras. But this age is going to come to an end, man. All right. So I'll end it with this. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9. And it reads, Esau represents the end of this age and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. So this age is going to come to an end. All right. And the Lord's going to establish a world where righteousness is exalted and honored and wickedness is condemned and mocked as it should be. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasher Allah, and a sincere salutation to all Yuakim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.